You're listening to Stories to Create with your host, Cornell Bunting. Author, motivational speaker, and founder of ES Each Episode. Cornell sits down with inspiring voices to uncover the stories that shape who we are and who we're becoming. Get ready to listen, learn, and be inspired. The show starts now.
Yes. Welcome to another episode of Stories to Create podcast right here at ES Club. I'm your host, Cornell Bunting. I'm so excited today. Listen, people, I've been out for a little bit. That's why you guys haven't seen or heard me. But listen, it's a whole lot of love. You know, my oldest son, Rajay, congratulations to you and your beautiful wife, Josie, on getting married. That was amazing. So, of course, we had the whole family out there in Germany, Nuremberg, Munich, all these different areas in that vicinity there. It was just a whole lot of fun. So, without further ado, though, you know, I want to tell you guys, and I'm really excited. I know there's a nation Facebook group, bunch of people that's going to be excited about the guest that we have on the show today. My brother is a digital creator. He actually studied at Eastern Connecticut State, people. Oh, yeah. My brother, of course, went to Hartford Public School. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing. But a yard man.
Yeah,
So,
respect.
you know, a whole lot of things. So, listen, the nation I'm talking about, Poetz Realm. I know you guys going to be excited to know. The big man for Poetz Realm is here today. So, without further ado, Sir Ernel.
Good afternoon. Good
Yes,
morning.
man. Good
all of that
morning.
good stuff.
All of them things.
Yeah, man. Bless
Welcome
up,
to the
bro.
show, man.
Yeah, man. Pleasure for being here, brother. For
Brother,
real.
a long time coming in, man.
True.
Long.
And,
Yes.
You know, I guess everything happening in due time,
in
right?
due time.
Bless.
May I tell you, sir, I'm really excited. So, before we jump into the show, though, I got to pay bills. You know, we got to shout out Nostril Cheese Chase, Race to the Mansion. If you don't have that video game on your phone, go to the App Store and punch in Nostril Cheese Chase and get you that video game right now. If you make it on the leaderboard, second place, you're making around $5,000. So get in there. Nostril Adventure LLC. Thank you for being a sponsor on the show. Naples Nice. I'm telling you guys, you want to find out what those guys are doing down in Naples with Naples Nice. Check them out at naplesnice.org. And of course, EOS. Everyone has a story. An organization that helped to create self-reliance and a growth mindset for disadvantaged youths in underserved community. With that, boom, let's dump into the show right now. A man with skills like no other with the hands. And so with that, before you guys even hear Ernel dive into his tale, his story, we going to have him open the show with just a little bit of the drums.
All right. Respect, peace, and blessings. All right. Let's top this thing real quick. And it's the djembe. I always
Yes.
my djembe with me.
Yes.
Showing respect, love to the ancestors.
Yes.
So I always open up my show with a little bit of the celebration, right?
Yes.
Just a look at taste, you see me?
Yes, man. Hey, listen, I got to tell you, man, with people have always been fascinated with the sounds, and they've never understood how you could get so many different sound from the one drum.
So, there is a the base
Yes.
of the drum is in the middle.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you move your hands around in the middle. That's the bass.
Yeah.
On the tips or on the outsides.
Yes.
That's the treble.
Yes. 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 Yeah.
So, when I first started, I just used to go mad with it. I just used to just beat the drums up, right?
Right.
Not understanding that, listen, if you tap it, you'll get the same result.
Right.
You don't have to beat it. You just have to
Yeah.
commune with the drum.
Right.
So my hands, after some time, realized that, listen, this is an instrument that's going to work with me.
Right.
Not for me to fight and beat it up.
Right.
And so we as a practice, self-taught.
Right.
And I just listen to different tones, and
Lovely.
I'm able to just naturally pick it up.
That's beautiful, man. So, for our guests on the show, we treat them to a tale. And so we would love for you to tell the guests, where's Ernel from? Where were you born? Where'd you grew up?
So I was born in St. Andrew, borderline Kingston, Jamaica.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Moved to the U.S. when I was 14.
Okay.
Went straight to Connecticut.
Okay.
That's where the work was for my mom. She was actually a nurse's aide.
Okay.
So from Jamaica, lush, beautiful beaches,
right,
warm weather all the time,
right,
to cold Connecticut,
to the snow,
to the snow. It was an adjustment,
right.
However, I was 14 at the time, young, adventurous, wanted to know more about the U.S.,
right,
and so it was exciting for me, Now, not so much with the cold. That's why I'm down here in Florida. One of the reasons why I'm here in Florida.
Yeah.
But just being there on the East Coast,
right.
Getting into the breaking and dancing culture.
Right.
I used to dance when I was in Jamaica with my sister, so we would enter different fete contests and things like that.
Yeah.
And, we would do well. So coming here to America, of course, the dancing and the arts are still in me.
You just adjust right in.
Just adjust.
Yeah.
I hooked up with a few guys from high school that were just, into the breaking as well.
Yeah.
We formed a breaking crew.
Yo.
And so, I break.
Right.
I
right.
pop. Just into the arts.
Right.
And from dancing to poetry.
Right.
I got into poetry through my sister.
Okay.
And just the love of words. I was really good in high school in my poetry classes and things like that, but never really took it to another level after I left high school. It was about the dancing and the girls,
So stick a pin there for a minute. So, before you came to America, because, Jamaica have the primary school and the high school. So, of course, you did the primary school down there. What was that like in primary school in Jamaica?
So, I went to Grinich Primary School.
Okay.
In Kingston there.
Yeah, man.
It was fun.
Yeah.
School was fun. I was probably one of the shortest ones in the group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me, but I was a leader. The aggressive one.
Yeah.
Always had to be the one that's leading the charge when we're playing cowboys and Indians and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so it was just always me wanting to stand out from the crowd. I never really wanted to just be mellow and not be known. I always wanted to stand out wherever I went.
Yeah.
In classes, I always tried to be the best. I wanted the best grades and things of that nature. So there was a drive, to be more than just normal.
Right. So, in that time, in Greenwich, going to primary school, what was the music that was floating around at the time?
So it was a lot of Bob Marley.
Okay.
Peter Tosh
and them guy,
Sanchez.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I said?
Yeah.
Folks like that.
Yeah.
However, we still listen to everything.
Right.
So
right.
the remixes of the country music and Celine Dion and all these other people, you know, we used to remake those songs in Jamaica and put those songs to a reggae beat. So coming here now, in the U.S., I would hear the original versions of songs, and I'm like, I know that song.
Yeah.
And it would just be like, I'm already in tune with music, not just Jamaican music.
Right.
So I was always a lover of music.
That's beautiful, man. I know you're here in Connecticut. Of course, Connecticut is right beside New York, so you're getting a lot of that vibe there, because a lot of that, what they call the first type of rap music, they say they create it out of Brooklyn or whatever.
Right.
Did you ever get to go over into New York, like Brooklyn and those places?
What? Listen, man. I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
I had my own job and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Me and my friends would jump on a train.
Yeah.
From Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
To New York, Queens, New York, Brooklyn, New York.
What?
And at 16 years old, we were up in the club with Biz Markie, KRS-One, and all of them.
Yeah.
We used to dance for Mikey D and the LA Posse.
What?
And so it's like, it's different now. 16-year-old kids, I don't think they would get the freedom and all that to do what I did.
Right.
But coming from Jamaica, I was 14 years old. And so in a different country.
Right.
Figuring out my way.
Yeah.
Single mom.
Right.
And so she was lenient.
Right.
She was very trusting.
Yeah.
Because, she raised us with a good foundation. So we weren't out there, robbing and stealing or anything like that. It was the music. It was the girls. You know what I'm saying? And so it was, we would go to New York all the time. Actually even spent a summer or two in New York with some of the people that I knew from Jamaica that actually lived in Queens, New York.
Okay.
So we would keep in touch. Yeah. And like family, hey, I want to come down for the summer. Right. Come on. Yeah. And so I would go there. We would go to different clubs. The Encore, that was one of the clubs that I frequented in Queens, New York at the time. Yeah. Went to Latin Quarters. Right. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the biggest hip hop clubs in New York. Okay. Everybody was there. Yeah. And so the hip hop scene, took a hold of me. Right. And Jamaican or not, this is my niche. Yeah. And so myself and my crew, we took frequent trips to New York. We came back with the fashion to Hartford. Okay. That we saw in New York. So we were the first ones to wear like the Patrick Ewing jacket and sneakers and all that together. Right. And so we were just a little bit ahead of the time as far as Hartford is concerned, because we spend so much time in New York. Okay, I got to tell you, it's crazy you mentioned the Patrick Ewing, because that was so serious in Jamaica. If you wore Patrick Ewing shoes and you went certain parts in Kingston, you would lose them pair of shoes. So I know what you're talking about, because that was really hot in them time. Yeah. When Kid and Play did the house party, was you still back and forth in I was back and forth. I was still in it. Yeah. I mean, that was that was the heart of it. Yeah. I watched movies like Breaking and things like that. So yes, I was in New York. It was like I was from New York, because the way I dressed had the gold tooth. Ooh, you had the one gold tooth? Had the gold tooth. Had the Gumby cut. Oh, yeah. Had the little, color in my hair. Yeah. All of that stuff, man. Stop playing. Wow. So in your group that you had, the break group, how many of you guys are in the group? So it was 4 of us. Yeah. That was the base of the group. Okay. But throughout the years, we had another here, another there. Okay. We called ourselves Phase 4. Yeah. So, it only made sense to have 4. Right. However, further down the line, a couple other people came on that was like just so dope. They had to let them in the group.
Yeah. Wow, man. I mean, I've been into some spaces where I've seen some of your guys dance, and we'll get more into that later in the show. But now you've adjusted from what school is like in Jamaica to now what school is like in Connecticut and the environment in New York. What was pulling you to like, I want to do this when I'm done with school?
So first, let me say this. It was a big adjustment. Coming from Jamaica.
Culture shock?
Culture shock, but mostly dealing with Black Americans not accepting of me being Jamaican.
Right.
And so I got into a lot of fights in high school.
Yeah.
Myself and my sister, we went to the same high school.
Okay.
So she would catch it.
Yeah.
And she would come back to me. This person was teasing me. This person was, saying go back to Jamaica. You came from a banana boat and all this other stuff. So we got all of that from the Americans. So of course not all.
Right.
Because here I am. I had a crew and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But before my crew,
I
had to go at it with a few.
You had to tighten up some people.
Yeah. And this 112 pounds, 5'1", dude, you would take me for,
Oh, they underestimated you. Yeah.
I had hands and I was fast.
Okay.
And I was a little aggressive. So I did, I did make myself known quite quickly.
Yeah.
And so the adjustment, took a while, but here I am now.
Oh,
and,
man, that's amazing, though,
yeah.
man. I mean, I think, back then too, because your accent was still heavy and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the accent was heavy.
Yeah.
And different words, we would pronounce words differently.
Right.
Because the English, the English is what we learned in Jamaica, right?
Right.
And so coming to America, it was just different.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, you would go to, say, New York, and the accent from Hartford, Connecticut would be totally different.
Right.
You go a little bit up the turnpike to Boston, and it's, what are they saying? Well, and so it's just like in America itself, it's just like so many different slangs. And I came to Florida and I could not understand what the hell folks were saying here. And so
that Southern accent,
exactly.
Deep Southern,
right?
Oh,
so,
man,
it's adjustment.
Yeah. So in New York, because of what that was looking like between New York and Connecticut, when did you decide, I need to move to Florida?
So I actually came here around 7.5 years ago.
Okay.
And it wasn't like really a decision where I said, you know what, I'm sick and tired of Hartford.
Right.
Or Bridgeport I was living at the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to just move to Florida. No. I was actually working for a corporation, Gartner.
Okay.
Technical advisors to billions of companies.
Yeah.
And so I was working for them for a few years.
Okay.
The building that I was working in Connecticut was being sold.
Oh, okay.
So they gave us a year to decide whether we would like to move out of state to Florida.
Yeah.
Or stay in Connecticut for a year, and after that year, wouldn't have a job.
Right.
So ultimately, I chose to check out Florida, see what it was. I wasn't happy.
Right.
However, in hindsight, this is like Jamaica in a lot of sense.
Right.
The climate and the palm trees and such. And so I'm happy I made that decision. However, at the time I was, a little not happy. I was fighting the change.
Right.
You know how change is, and sometimes people are just not, willing to change.
Right.
And so I'm used to this Connecticut flavor and the New York style up that way.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm not gonna hear my hip hop anymore. The reggae is gonna be, and I was just like really skeptical.
Yeah.
But coming down here, I found like-minded folks.
Okay.
Jamaican community, and it's refreshing.
That's beautiful, man. Because and we're gonna jump into the culture that you got into here in a minute, but you getting into that space with Gartner, like that was something that you earned in high school, wanting to get into that IT field.
No, actually, they paid well.
Okay.
Honestly, they paid well. I was at working for the cable company.
Okay.
The money was good.
Yeah.
Commission was really great. I was pretty good at selling packages.
Okay.
Upgrading people to stuff that they probably really wouldn't watch at all. But I was good at talking and upgrading people to different packages. So that was good. However, my wife at the time wanted me to work where she worked because the money was really...
Oh, so she had worked at Gartner.
She worked at Gartner for quite a few years before that.
Okay.
And so she said, come over here, try Gartner. So went there. Took a while to get in that company. It's really hard to get in there.
Yeah.
But after I got in, was there for a few years.
Right.
And, 5 or so years until the change occurred where, it was, okay, do I want to stay here in Connecticut with no job?
Right.
Or do I want to try something new?
Right.
Still keep a salary, still be able to take care of the family and things of that nature.
That's beautiful.
So it wasn't like I was really thinking about, my future, blah, blah. It was, I need a job. I need to stay somewhere that's stable. And Gartner paid well. That's
beautiful. That's beautiful, man. So you got into Florida. You found some like-minded people. And I know that this possibly bringing back, with the break crew, like, was you still in conversation with them when you moved to Florida?
So, no, not the guys that I used to break with.
Yeah.
We all went our separate ways.
Okay.
Life.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, sporadic. Mm-hmm. Hey, what's good?
Right.
But it wasn't like we stayed in touch like that. So no, those guys didn't have any influence in what occurred now as far as Florida.
So, you created this amazing I would call it a unit or a group or this entity that surround and then you created this thing called Poetz Realm. How was that originally, how was even the concept got put together?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Every young person carries a story of hope, of struggle, of dreams waiting to rise. But in too many underserved communities, those stories go unheard.
At ease, Inc. Everyone has a story. We believe every voice deserves a chance. Through mentorship, empowering programs, and storytelling workshops, we help youth discover their purpose, strengthen their mindset, and build a future they can be proud of.
From classrooms in Jamaica to communities across Southwest Florida,
ES is changing lives,
one story at a time.
but we can't do it alone. Join us, become a mentor, volunteer, donate, help us fuel the next generation of leaders, creators, and change makers.
Visit ahazinc.org today, because when you help a young person share their story, you help them change their world.
So, Poetz Realm came about because I moved from Hartford, Connecticut.
Right.
Life changes to Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Right.
When I was in Hartford, Connecticut, I hooked up with a few poets, and we called ourselves the Bolanians for Alkebulan.
Okay.
You know, derivative from tribe in Africa.
Yeah.
And so we went around and we traveled to different colleges and just different venues, and we performed poetry together.
Okay.
We got together because a young man, James, saw us in a poetry venue.
Right.
And decided that he would make some beats and wanted to know who would jump on the beats. And, we came up with an album actually together.
Wow.
From there, a few of us decided that we wanted to continue doing that and travel together and perform together.
Yeah.
Of course, others, had different ideas. Went their own direction. So the Bolanians traveled, and we were well known in Hartford and other parts of the area of the country.
Right.
Moving from Hartford now to Bridgeport, Connecticut, there was a poetry spot, but not one that I was, just like crazy over. I miss my venue because we used to have venues in Hartford.
Right.
Myself and the Bolanians. So we went to we started at the library. Right. With kids and so forth. So we had an inviting open mic where the community came together and, just got stuff off their chest. Right. So from there now we moved to nightclubs. Okay. And for a few years we did really well. Yeah. So now life changed, like I said, moving from Hartford, Connecticut to Bridgeport. When I went to Bridgeport, poetry scene was there. But not
it was
like
different.
The underground.
Right.
I'm into hardcore hip hop. Yeah. I'm into, I'm wearing my Timbs and all of that. So I'm into the hood, and I want to hear from the hood. Right. And so the other venue was really great and inviting. However, I didn't see a lot of roughnecks up in there that, want to get stuff off their chest because they have to. If they don't get it off their chest, they're going to do something crazy to somebody. Right. And so I created Poetz Realm. Okay. In Bridgeport, Connecticut. Okay. As a matter of fact, September, it's going to be 20 years.
Whoa. That's awesome.
So, like-minded individuals that want to get stuff off their chest, the hardcore MCs and the poets and the singers and all that, they found me. Yeah. Because I put the word out there, this is inviting, this is for everybody. Yeah. And so I've had people come to me and said, if it wasn't for Poetz Realm, they don't know where they would be today. Right. And so it's refreshing to hear that what I've created has touched a lot of lives. Right. As a matter of fact, Poetz Realm is still going on in Connecticut right now. Oh, because they would not let it die. Wow. The venue that I created, the environment, the love for the arts, and the fact that we didn't judge. So it was a non-judgmental environment. We help you grow. Right. We had workshops. The person that's running it now, Influence, he does workshops. He has his own poetry events and things like that going on. But they didn't want Poetz Realm to die because of what it meant to the community. Right. And so they have it going on now every first and third Wednesdays of the month.
Oh, okay. And then you have another version here in Southwest Florida. Right. Man.
I have that going on every Mondays. Yeah. And it's 7 years. We just had our 7-year anniversary here in April.
Beautiful.
I moved here in January of 2018. Okay. And by April of that year, I got it going. And it's funny. Yeah. Because I was told that it couldn't be done here in Florida. Right. This is not New York. This is not Connecticut. Right. Poetz Realm is not gonna thrive here. It's not gonna even get off the ground. Yeah. And this was being told by some of the closest people that I had down here.
Right.
As a matter of fact, one individual we went to the same high school.
Right.
In Connecticut.
Right.
And he moved down here like 11 years before me.
Right.
So he was showing me the ropes and things like that. I gave him my vision. It's like, I want to get Poetz Realm going on down here again. And he pretty much was just like, huh.
Yeah.
And, doubted.
Yeah. So, being that, you understood a lot of that music stuff back in New York, when someone talk about Wu-Tang Clan, some would say RZA is the reason, the group stayed the way it was, but the one that drew people to Wu-Tang was Method Man. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would. To a certain degree.
Yeah.
Meth and Meth came along and added another level of flavor to the Wu that wasn't there before.
Right.
But don't get me wrong, those brothers were sharp.
Yeah.
Ginsu type when they came out. However, that voice that Meth has.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He had that voice, yeah.
It's smooth, it's hardcore, it's undeniable.
Right.
I'm tough.
Yeah.
I'm rough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so just that flavor right there, adding to, say, a ODB who was like, oh, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And all of that together, their voices are like instruments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you put all those voices together and you put the toughest beats behind that. Come on.
Yeah.
Historical.
No, I know it's two different part of the country. You feel like if there's a show, one night, two big shows happening, Wu-Tang Clan, NWA, who's selling out the arena?
Woo. Woo. Come on, man. And hey, listen, I love NWA.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I was totally East Coast as far as the rap until NWA came out. Dr. Dre got the crazy beats.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg, Gin and Juice.
Yeah.
That was an anthem even in freaking New York.
Right.
For a summer.
Yeah.
And so they get props.
Right.
Oh, they get props.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't pit one against the other.
Right.
However, I'm just New York. That's the side of the country I grew up on.
Right. Some would say when Biggie came out and he got huge, people kind of stopped listening to the Wu-Tang somewhat.
No, I mean, you're people are going to gravitate to what's hot.
Right.
And Biggie came out with the voice and just the different ways of flipping his stories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't just direct ABC.
Right.
He was just flipping things where you had to go back and listen again.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that he says is absurd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the storytelling.
Right.
And the just the way he came off with giving us those visuals.
Right.
He was just different.
Yeah.
However, the Wu was still doing their thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? They had to find different ways, of course, of coming back because Biggie was hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they were still relevant.
Yeah. And I know in that time, because of course, the Fugees was doing their thing, but it was, would you say they were kind of lost in the pile, even though they had some hot joints, the Fugees?
No, I think they got their recognition.
Yeah.
They were the talk of the town for quite a while.
Yeah.
They went through their thing and they broke up. Lauren definitely, she was one of a kind.
Yes.
Can't ever be duplicated.
Right.
So the Fugees, they definitely made an impact on, hip hop as well. They broke up,
right?
You know what I'm saying, and that definitely, destroyed some of the wonder and the luster. I wonder what they're gonna come up with next, and things of that nature.
Right.
And so, with the group breaking up, of course, it hurt.
Right. People get fascinated with individual when they find out they're from Jamaica, and immediately they jump to the food. Why you think that's such a big deal, man, to a lot of people when it comes to the food and the culture?
I mean, the food is a part of the culture.
Right.
When you think, oh yeah, he's Jamaican.
Yeah.
You think, okay, he loves some ackee and saltfish and dumpling and some red snapper and things like that. So, you go to Jamaica, you're going to get treated with some delicious foods, especially the vendors on the side of the street.
Right.
The authentic Jamaicans.
Yeah.
So, you think of Jamaicans, you think of curry.
Right.
You think of rice and peas.
Right.
And so, I still cook it.
Right.
My mom, all of us, we still indulge.
Right.
And we grew up on that kind of food where I tell you what.
Yeah.
My wings outside there, I'm eating American food and all that. It has to be cooked.
Yes.
Especially the wings.
Yes.
Please burn my wings for me. I
get it in there.
Yeah, we cook.
Yeah,
and we make sure that everything is nice and soft and juicy.
Yes. For a lot of people that was always trying to wonder what this roast breadfruit is all about, what would you tell them?
Roast breadfruit. Wow, it's the breadfruit. Is a fruit, of course. It grows on the tree.
Yeah.
And you roast it, and it actually tastes somewhat like bread. The consistency is like bread.
This is true.
Hence, breadfruit.
Right.
And I love when, after you roast it, you fry it.
Oh, man. Now you talking, my brother.
You fry it with some ackee and saltfish.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's serious.
I haven't had the chance to do a lot of breadfruit here since I got to Florida.
Right.
But I know it's around.
Yeah, man.
And that's one of our delicacies that you have to try.
That's amazing, man. Now, you had some guys partner up with your Poetz Realm that you do now, and because you have a compilation of different individuals that help to make that go smooth with the different, because you have a really diverse of artists that come on your stage. And so who are some of them people that you have that come in the play with what that look like?
So I'm the one that actually puts the shows together.
Okay.
I reach out to features.
Yeah.
I plan dates.
Okay.
I make sure flyers are done.
Okay.
However, I give mad props to my two DJs.
Okay.
DJ Scooby Don.
Scooby,
Chuck, Wagwan, brother.
Yeah, man.
And DJ KO.
Okay, KO.
Bless up KO.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So those two brothers, they work in tandem with me.
Okay.
I need to give a shout out to Chad Calhoun as well, videographer in the area that's just doing big things.
Yeah.
He's helped to bring really nice quality visuals of Poetz Realm.
Beautiful.
To the people.
Yeah.
I'm there with my, my Android.
Yeah.
Okay. And I do live videos and things like that.
Yeah.
However, the quality that I'm putting out there is definitely not near the quality that Chad is putting out. So he comes through and he's helped quite a bit with the last few months as far as just showing people exactly what Poetz Realm is with the good quality.
Right.
If you're not there, and you see my videos, you might not be, eager to jump and come at the spot because it's not professional.
Right.
But however, I want to do live and I want people to see what's going on in the moment.
Yeah.
However, when he captures the events, it's beautiful, it's pure, it's pretty.
Right.
And so, DJ Scooby Don, DJ KO,
right.
Chad Calhoun, I give a lot of props to them.
Beautiful.
Behind the scenes, however, it's me doing my thing and working it like that.
I love that.
However, recently I did partner up with a young man, Abdul Muhammad.
Okay.
Who used to be
the
Q.
Right. That's Mr. Muhammad's son.
Mr. Muhammad's son.
Yes.
We have a vision.
Beautiful.
And we're working towards not just the open mic scene,
right?
But special events.
Beautiful.
Using art as a tool for healing.
Yes.
Different workshops of that, that caliber.
Beautiful.
So we want to definitely continue doing the open mic Mondays. However, we want to open up these artists to other things that's going on.
I love that. And that brother can rap too, man. I heard him rap. Yeah, man. He's dope. Big up yourself, my brother Abdul. Yeah, man. One of the things, for a lot of people now adjusting to, inclusion, their culture, what that look like. What would you say to individuals that would love to come on your stage, express themselves, but don't feel like they have that guts to get on the stage and present themselves?
So we have that all the time.
Yeah.
Where people are shy.
Yeah.
They have a fear of public speaking.
Right.
However, they have that talent and they want to get something off their chest.
Right.
My advice to people like that is to come to Poetz Realm.
Right.
Sit in the crowd.
Yeah.
Check out the venue.
Yes.
See the love that's being displayed by the artists for each other.
Right.
For the venue.
Right.
And just for anything that people bring to the stage.
Yeah.
So you have people who are supportive.
Right.
You have people who will give you advice.
Yes.
Pull you to the side. Maybe if you hold the mic this way.
Right.
You will be heard a little more clearer.
Right.
And so as a community, we work in tandem to make sure that we uplift each other.
Yes, I like that.
So the venue, we have MCs, we have poets, we have musicians, we have country singers.
Wow.
We have visual artists.
Yes.
So we don't discriminate as far as the art is concerned.
Right.
We don't censor.
Yeah.
So we just want everyone to come in, feel comfortable, and when they're ready to share with us, please, by all means, go ahead and let me know and we'll make it happen.
Oh, man, that is amazing, man. For individual right now that's like, okay, how can we find what that look like, Ernel? How can we find you? Where should we go? What social media platform you on? What would you say to them?
I'm on just about every social media platform. I don't utilize YouTube as much, but I'm on Facebook as Ernel Grant, Ernel Grant.
Yeah.
I'm on IG, Poetz Realm.
Yes.
TikTok, the same.
Yeah.
I'm on Threads,
there you
IG
go.
Threads and all that. So I'm out there. Snapchat as well.
I love that, man. For aspiring artists, because this is a huge space where artistic individuals are here, but a lot of them are feel like there's never the right time. What would you say to someone that feel it's not the right time? So
it's always the right time. It's always the right time. You just have to get up and do it.
Yeah.
Find that motivation.
Yeah.
Find that drive.
Yeah.
To just pursue your goals.
Yeah.
I've been told that Poetz Realm, is just a hobby.
Yeah.
And okay, it might seem like that to some folks. However, it has deeper meaning for me because I know that I'm doing some good in the community.
Yes.
I know that I'm bringing individuals together who more than likely would not have met each other.
Yeah.
They're collaborating. They're working together. I just watched some videos of like 6 or 7 people that's come to Poetz Realm in Miami.
Wow.
At a show on a Wednesday during the week. And so these guys are serious about their craft, firstly.
Beautiful.
Secondly, they're doing something about it.
Yes.
They're being seen. They realize that it's not just about their city.
Right.
They're traveling.
Yes.
They're making connections. They're making friends. They're making bonds.
Yes.
And so it's, yes, Poetz Realm is here for you in the city. However, we have people coming from Boston, Springfield, Massachusetts.
All the walks.
New York,
Connecticut,
that's come to Poetz Realm down here.
Amazing.
Because of it's a little different vibe that is here from the Poetz Realm in Connecticut.
I love it.
And they see what's going on down here, and they want to be a part of it too.
Wow.
And so conversely, we have some people down here that I've partnered with that have gone to Poetz Realm in Connecticut.
Amazing.
So we are creating such a network that it's going to be undeniable.
Yeah.
We've gone to Puerto Rico. So we had Poetz Realm Puerto Rico.
Wow.
We were planning on Poetz Realm Jamaica. As a matter of fact, 2016, we're trying to go back to Jamaica.
2026, yes.
2026.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So this is not just a city thing.
Yeah.
We're trying to make this universal.
You guys heard it, my brother. It was lovely to have you on the show, man.
Of course, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me, Cornell.
You're very
Appreciate
welcome.
you, bro.
Listen, until our next episode where we have another decorative guest right here in EOS Club, I want to thank you guys. Take them out with the drums, Ernel. Boom!
See it there?
Yes.
All right.
We're gonna take our picture.
Thanks for tuning in and downloading this episode of Stories to Create. We appreciate you being part of this growing community of storytellers and listeners. If today's conversation inspired you, please share the show with friends, family, or anyone who could use a little motivation in their journey. A special thank you to our sponsors, EHAS Organization, Cornell Bunting LLC, and Nostril Cheese Chase for supporting the mission and making this podcast possible. To learn more about our work, upcoming projects, and how you can get involved, be sure to visit www.hissinggorge and www.cornellbunting.com. Until next time, keep creating, keep growing, and remember, your story has power.